If you think you've been through a lot in life, wait until you hear the story of Ayu. Some people were born with silver spoons, some were born with helpers, some were born into comfort, but Ayu was born into struggle. In the busy city of Lagos, where millions chase success every day, Ayo was raised by a widowed mother, whose only wealth was determination and faith. She had no husband to support her, no family rushing to help her, and no riches to fall back on. Yet, she carried the burden of raising a son with courage in her heart and tears hidden in her eyes. While other children slept peacefully, Ayo knew the sound of hunger. His mother, Mama Bisi, was only a widow with tired hands and a stubborn faith in God. Every morning, before the sun rose over Lagos, she would carry a basin of tomatoes, pepper, and onions on her head to the market. Sometimes she sold akara by the roadside. Sometimes she washes clothes for the richer families. Sometimes she returned home with swollen feet and only a few naira. Yet, whenever people ask her why she works so hard, she smiled and said, I am not suffering, I am planting. Ayodele knew the truth. Many nights he woke up and heard his mother crying softly when she thought he was asleep. Life was not easy in Mama Bisi's house. There were mornings Ayo woke up before the sun, not because he wanted to read, but because survival called first. Mama Bisi would tap him gently and say, Ayo, wake up. Market no dey wait for anybody. Oh." He would rub his sleepy eyes, carry a tray of goods, sometimes granuts, sometimes sachet water, sometimes bread, and follow his mother to the roadside. While other children prepare for school in neat uniforms, Ayo was already shouting, Buy pure water, buy pure water, buy fresh bread. Some of his classmates will pass by and laugh. Ha 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 ha. See first boy, market seller. Ha ha ha. Ayo will feel the sting in his heart, but he kept quiet. He remembered his mother's words. Shame does not feed the stomach. Work does. After hours of selling, he would rush home, bath quickly with cold water, wear his faded uniform, run to school, sometimes late, sometimes exhausted. There were days he had no school fees. The principal would send him out of class. He would stand outside under the hot sun, holding his books tightly, trying not to cry. One afternoon, he begged his mother, Mama, I don't want to go back there again. They always send me home. Mama Bisi held his shoulders firmly. Listen to me, Ayo. Education is your way out. If you stop now, poverty will laugh at us forever. Oh." The next day, he went back to the market and worked twice as hard. She sold until her voice became tired. She stood until her legs trembled. She endured insult from customers who priced her goods unfairly. All her son could return back to school. Sometimes Ayo would join her after school instead of playing like other boys. Still wearing his uniform, he would help her call customers. Come and buy good tomatoes. So come and buy fresh pepper. Come and buy from us. At night, after eating whatever little food they had, Ayo would open his books. But exhaustion was such a wicked enemy. His would close, his head would nod. He would force himself to stay awake. He would whisper, I will not fail my mom. There were days he went to school without food. During break time, while others bought snacks and he would sat quietly pretending to read. His stomach would rumble, but he would endure. One day, a teacher noticed, Ayo, why don't you eat like other children? He smiled faintly. I'm not hungry, sir. But the teacher understood. From that day, he sometimes gave Ayo small food, quietly without embarrassing him. Despite everything, Ayo remained one of the best students in his class. He answered questions confidently. He passed exams with excellence. He earned respect even from those who once mocked him. One day he finished secondary school. Mama Bisi hugged him tightly, tears rolling down her face as she said, "You carried book in one hand and hardship in the other. Yet you did not drop either. You will go far, my son." And truly, those early struggles shaped the man Ayo became. Because before he learned success, he had already mastered endurance. The whole street celebrated. Mama Bisi danced barefoot. My son is going to university. Oh, my son is going to university. University was another mountain. Textbooks were expensive. Handouts cost money. Transport cost money. Food cost money, and they had almost none. While other students bought handouts, fresh from the lecturer, Ayo borrowed copies and stayed up all night writing them by hand, page after page, word after word. His roommate once woke up at 2 a.m. Ayo, why are you still writing? He answered, because poverty did not buy the original, my dear. Sometimes he ate Gary morning and night, sometimes only once a day, sometimes not at all. One semester, university fees were due. The deadline was close. Mama BC had only half the amount. She went from relative to relative. Some shut their doors politely. Some said, "Ah, things are hard now." Some mocked her. "Why send a poor boy to university? Let him learn trade." She returned home with red eyes but still smiled at her son. "Don't worry, Ayo. God has never missed a payment. You will go back to school." The next morning, she removed the only gold earrings left by her late husband and sold them. That was how she completed his fees. When Ayo found out, tears filled his eyes. "Mama, those were daddy's last gift to you." She touched his face gently. "You are the greater gift he left." At school, Ayo hid his suffering well. Many students thought he was quiet by nature, but silence was cheaper than explaining pain. There were days he attended lectures with an empty stomach. While others bought rice and chicken from the canteen, he drank water and said, "I'm not hungry." But his stomach knew the truth. Sometimes hunger became so sharp during lecture that words on the board looked like they were dancing. He endured. Textbooks were expensive, so Ayo depended on borrowed copies. Whenever lecturers sold handout, many students bought theirs immediately. Ayo would wait until someone finished reading, then borrow it overnight. He copied pages by hand till midnight under dim hostel light, line after line, page after page, word after word. His fingers would ache, ink would stain his hands, but he kept writing. Some days he trekked long distance because the transport fare was too much. During rainy season, he arrived drenched in class. During dry season, dust covered his shoes. Still, he never missed serious lectures. Once, after 3 days of eating only Gary mixed with water, a friend offered him meat pie. Ayo hesitated. "Take it," the friend said. Ayo collected it slowly, almost ashamed. Later that night, he cried, not because of hunger, but because kindness felt rare. Whenever things became too hard, he remembered his mother in the market under the sun. He would say to himself, "If Mama can fight outside, I must fight inside." During final year, pressure was heavy. Many students gave up, joined bad company, or paid others to write the project for them. But Ayo chose honesty. He read when others slept. He prayed when others mocked. He endured when others complained. And when results came out, Ayo daily graduated with first class. The same people who never helped his mother now shouted loud, "We always knew he would make it. We always knew he's a very smart boy." Mama Bisi only smiled. She knew the truth behind the celebration. She knew about the earrings she sold. She knew about the nights without food. She knew about the handouts copied by candlelight. She knew about the tears hidden behind determination. When Ayodele placed his certificate in her hands, she wept and said, "This paper is not just yours alone, my son. It is written with my sweat and your hunger." And truly, some success shine brighter because they were polished by suffering. After graduating with first class in electrical engineering, Ayodele believed the hard part of life was over. He held his certificate like a key, certain it would open doors of success. His mother, Mama Bisi, looked at him proudly and said, "My son, your suffering has ended, but life has another chapter waiting." Ayo searched for work everywhere in Lagos. He woke up before two shirts until the collar grew thin and carried brown envelope filled with CVs from one office to another. He stood in long lines under the hot sun with hundreds of other hopeful graduates. Sometimes they would say, "We need someone with experience." Other times they would tell him, "We will call you." But the calls never came. Months became years. 1 year passed, then two, then three, then five. His classmates were moving forward. Some traveled abroad, some got married, some posted pictures of new cars and office promotion. Ayo remained stuck. There were days he sat in silence, staring at the wall. They were nice, he asked God. Did I suffer in school for nothing? His mother tried to encourage him, even when she herself, her heart is broken. Ayo, a tree does not bear fruit the same year it is planted. Still, poverty tightened his grip. Then one day, a relative named Uncle Tunde came to visit. After listening to Ayo's struggle, he said, enough of waiting for people to employ you. You study electric engineering. Your hands has values. Let us start something small. With little savings and borrowed money, they rented a tiny roadside shop and bought a few tools. A signboard was hung outside. Ayo Tech Repair Phone, chargers and accessories. At first, business was slow. Some people doubted him. Graduate, they repair phone now. Now, wow. But Ayo swallowed his pride and focus. Soon word spread that the young man in the small shop was honest and gifted. He fixed dead phones others gave up on. He recovered lost files. He repairs charging faults, broken screens, and damaged boards. Little by little, money began to come. Not plenty, just small, small. Enough to buy food, enough to help his mother, enough to breathe again. Now, there was a young woman called Shade, his long-time girlfriend. When Ayo has no money, Shade will disappear like smoke. Her phone will be off. Her message will be very dry. Her excuses will be many. She monitors Ayo like a monitoring spirit. Whenever business improves, she returns smiling. Baby, I miss you. Ayo, you know you are the only one I love. Then she will mention transport money, rent problems, school fees, or birthday expenses. Ayo, blinded by love, kept helping her. Mama Bisi warned him, my son, some people only visit the tree when it has fruit. But Ayo did not listen. Then came the day destiny knocked. One hot afternoon, three expensive cars stopped in front of Ayo's tiny shop. Men in suits stepped outside, carrying a damaged smartphone. Their faces were tensed. One of them asked, are you the engineer called Ayo? Ayo nodded. They brought out the phone. This belongs to our CEO. It suddenly crashed. All his contacts, company data, client numbers, important files are inside. We have taken it to the biggest phone companies in Lagos. None fixed it. Someone referred us to you. Can you help us with this cell phone? Ayo examined the phone quietly. It was badly damaged, he said calmly. Leave it with me. I will see what I can do. For hours, he worked with total concentration. He opened the device carefully, replaced damaged components, repaired the board, ran recovery tools, rebuilt the system. Sweat covered his face. At last, the screen came on. The data was recovered. Every contact, every file, everything. The men shouted with joy. They rushed into a large office building where the CEO himself was waiting, and they took Ayo with them. The man, his name is Adeyemi, looked very relieved. He checked the phone, smiled widely. Young man, you saved me millions today. You have no idea what you have done. He looked around at Ayo's humble clothes and simple sandals. What are you doing in that small roadside shop? Ayo answered honestly. Sir, life did not give me many options. So I've been looking for a job for years now. The CEO laughed. Then life has changed today. He offered Ayo a high paying engineering position in his company with benefits, housing allowance, room for growth. Ayo stood speechless. For 5 years, doors had remained closed. Now, one miracle opened many at once. When he got home, he placed the offer letter in his mother's hands. Mama Bisi read it, then bursted in tears. Ha! God remembered us. God, you have remembered us. Thank you. Thank you. Soon Ayo moved into a better life. He furnished a proper home. He paid every debt he owed. He gave his mother comfort she never knew. No more market suffering. No more leaking roof. No more tears hidden at night. Then, like always, Shade came rushing back. This time with perfume, soft voice, and fake regret. Ayo, I am going through a lot. You know I had always loved you. Ayo looked at her with calm eyes. He had finally learned. No, Shade, you love seasons, not me. When I was winter, you left. Now that I'm summer, you returned. To speak, but Ayo raised his hand gently. I wish you well. And he walked away. From that day, Ayo focused on the woman who never abandoned him, his mother. He wiped every tears from her eyes. He replaced years of suffering with peace. And in Lagos, people still say, when destiny finally speaks, years of silence are forgotten in one day. Months later, through family friends, Ayo met a young woman named Tamilola. She was stunningly beautiful, elegant, educated, and came from a respectful family. But what touched Ayo the most was not just her beauty, but her humility. She treated Mama Bisi with honor. She respected Ayo's journey. She valued character more than money. One evening, she said to him, "Through your scars, I can see your strength. A man who suffered and still remained kind is very rare." For the first time, Ayo experienced love without condition. No games, no disappearing, no pretending, just peace. In a joyful ceremony filled with laughter and blessings, Ayo married Tamilora. Mama Bisi danced like a little girl. She lifted her hands to heaven and cried, "God gave my son beauty. Not just beauty, but somebody that has beauty with sense, favor with peace, and joy after so much pain." Their home became filled with laughter, joy, and prosperity. From heartbreak came healing. From rejection came honor. From delay came abundance. And in Lagos, people still say, when fake love leaves, real love finds the door open. Hard work always works. Hard work always pays. Ayo's education and skill did not waste. They became the key that opened his breakthrough. It is good to work hard and believe for the best, for God is capable of making a poor man instantly rich. Moral of the story: keep faith during hard times. Years of struggle can be followed by one moment that changes your life forever. Delay is not denial. Your current struggle may only be the introduction of your success story. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment for more stories.